What's up guys, my name is Tom, welcome back to another video, and finally the day is here where I'm going to start to post F1 2021 content. The day is over and today we're going to start with the first episode of the brand new story mode, the Breaking Point career mode. If you guys are excited, make sure to smash the like button, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Weekly F1 content is going to come to this channel. I want to apologize for only posting now, and if you already watched some Breaking Point videos before, I want to ask you if you could watch the first ones because I don't have early access to the game and I've been very busy because at the moment I'm on the exam season. So I hope you guys understand, but I'm really looking forward to see what is going to happen in this Breaking Point career mode. I don't know anything of what is going to happen, spoiler free, at least for me at the time that I was playing. So without further ado, here we are in the menu and we're going to click on Breaking Point career mode, and you can see that we have available 3 difficulties. We have the normal, challenging and hard. The normal is more for the newcomers to in this game. It says that it has all the assists on. Then the challenging is the intermediate one, and then you have the hardest, which is the one that I'm going to use because I'm already used to these F1 games and I play without any assists. So this is going to be the hard one, and hopefully it's not going to be too hard. Hopefully I'm not going to struggle because you can't play with the AI levels in this type of the story mode, I should say. But now it's time to choose our team. We have available 5 of them. The slowest one from the 2020 season: AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Haas, and then Williams. We're going to start in the 2020 season, and as we go further on in the Breaking Point career mode, and we're going to skip into the 2021 season. So after a lot of thinking, I decided not to go with Alfa Romeo and Haas. They don't give me that much attention, at least for me. And then AlphaTauri I'm not going to choose because I already made the career mode back in 2019 as Toro Rosso. So I was left over with these 2 options, Williams and Aston Martin, and I decided to choose Aston Martin because we're going to have this transition in the team, and considering that we're going to be in the shoes of a rookie, Aiden Jackson, and we're going to play with 2 cars with 2 different designs, so it's going to give a bit of variety, I can say. And another reason behind this is because Aston Martin is my favorite team in Formula 1 at the moment, because it is where my man Sebastian Vettel is driving in this stage. So this is going to be our team for the Breaking Point career mode, Aston Martin, and you can see on the left we already have Aiden Jackson, the newcomer, and then the veteran in the sport, Casper Akkerman, on the right. So we're going to pick this team. And now it's time to choose our assists. So you guys know that I play without assists, with the exception of the gearbox manual plus the suggested gear, because considering this is a new game and I haven't done a lap in this game, like I said, I'm going to put the suggested gear in order to get a little bit used to the circuit. The handling model, I know that is a little bit different. The cars probably are going to be a little bit slower, and hopefully I'm not going to suffer that much. I did a little practice, but it was on F1 2020. What I did in this game before jumping into this was put my settings for the camera, the heads-up display, and for the wheel view is coming soon, where I'm going to show you my settings. But today we're going to focus in this My Team career mode. If I have time tomorrow, I'm going to make a video where I show you my settings. But now it's time for our first scenario, is the prologue with the 2019 Formula 2 Championship. Coming down to the final race of the season, young British driver Aiden Jackson is looking to etch the name into the storybooks.
An incredible race! Look at it! Every driver is being so aggressive! Check it out!
They'll all be feeling the pressure right now, none more so than young Aiden Jackson from Carlin.
That's right. Rumors from the paddock talk about a possible future for Jackson in Formula 1. And with only a few laps to go, this is still anyone's race.
The atmosphere here is electric, and we couldn't have asked for a better finish to the F2 season here in Abu Dhabi. Okay, Aiden, you're doing great. Keep focused. You know what to do. Copy that!
And here we are, my first ever laps in this game. I'm going to take very cautiously, but here we are. This is taking place at a final race of the 2019 Formula 2 Championship, and we're driving as Carlin, and ahead of us we have Sergio Serecamera, and we need to win this race in order to win the F2 Championship. And already really close to the Brazilian, are going to go up the inside through the chicane. We have some blue flags because at the moment Mahavir Raghunathan is ahead of us. The legend himself is good to see even in this game, but he's not going to be raced with us. Sooner rather than later he's going to let us go through because the blue flags are being shown. But slipstream on Sergio Serecamera, DRS open, he has DRS thanks to Raghunathan, but are we going to switch to the inside or to the outside? Raghunathan is letting us go through, and it seems that it's going to be the outside line, very close margins. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes? First it was me, then it was Serecamera, as I'm trying to get a little bit of a hang of these F2 cars. It's all about keep the car rolling, never lose the momentum. But here we are up into the final step of the podium in P3. Who leads this race right now is Luca Giotto, followed by Nicolas Latifi, already within the 1 second window, so you're going to have DRS, so definitely DI is a little bit easy right now. But like I said, you can't play with the DI levels in this game. But you can see how rapidly we're catching up to the dams of Nicolas Latifi. Is going to be in Formula 1 in the next season, as we're going purple on the first sector, and now we wait for the DRS, and this should be a very easy move. You can see that we are really close to the Canadian, and he has no chance whatsoever, and we are up into second place of this race with 2 laps to go. And now we have the race lead on our sides at the moment. The UNI virtuosi of Luca Giotto. Make sure to make this chicane right, a little bit of a back end loss, but no worries about that. And we are up into second place definitely, and you can see through the penultimate corner. Whoa, that was really close, getting caught on the sausage curb. The curbs in this game are very aggressive. I found out that, and whoa, that was really close once again, and almost putting my race to an alien as I was trying to make a move on Luca Giotto. Super slow at the exit of the final corner, but thankfully our car is intact. But like I was saying, one thing of this game is that the curbs are so much more aggressive right now, as the game is telling me to use a flashback. I don't need that, as Giotto goes defensive into the chicane. I tried to go around the outside, but I decided to not risk that much because we're going to have the DRS available in the longest straight of the circuit. So make sure to have a decent traction, getting a little bit caught on the curb, so definitely that is not ideal. But considering that we are just 2 tenths away of the Italian, this should be a pretty easy move, as we are getting a slipstream switcheroo, faking to the right, going to the left, and he's going to be up the inside. Not even that, because we already are ahead of Luca Giotto on the last lap, and we take the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the sprint race. And with this we're going to be Formula 2 World Champions, unless Giotto can do something about it, or if we do a mistake, as we skip a little bit forward in the same lap. And you can see that we are plus 1 second ahead of the UNI virtuosi, and we are 2 corners away of becoming Formula 2 World Champions in the 2019 season for Carlin. Final corner, the checkered flag is out, and we're going to be Formula 2 World Champions as Aiden Jackson.
Fantastic work, Aiden. Great drive, mate. Congratulations. Yes! Come on! And he's done it! Jackson's done it! Aiden Jackson wins the F2 Championship!
What a win for Jackson! What a win!
And it couldn't have gone to a better driver. A magnificent result. He's already been vocal about his dreams of one day driving for Mercedes.
You know, Alex, I'm going to drive for Mercedes. However, it's not going to be a silver or black car. It's going to be a pink one.
Here he is, the man of the moment, Aiden Jackson.
An amazing race and a fantastic win for this incredible driver.
Indeed. After this, I guarantee that Jackson will be the hot topic in more than a few upcoming F1 team meetings. The future's definitely bright for this young driver.
And there you have it, the prologue is done and dusted, and now it's time for chapter 1. Having won the F2 Drivers' Champion, Aiden Jackson has now secured a seat in Formula 1 and is preparing to take his first steps into the world's most prestigious motorsport series.
Aiden, now you've made the leap to Formula 1, no surprise to anyone who's been watching your career. How does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your first race?
To be honest with you, Will, it hasn't really quite sunk in yet. The team has given me a fantastic opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime, a dream come true. So, to answer your question, I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes, you know? I've even had to pinch myself a couple of times. So, yeah, it can be a bit overwhelming. But out on the track, the speed, the noise, even the smell, it's all the same. I just hope my driving is too.
And what about Casper Akkerman? Are you intimidated at all having such a seasoned and experienced driver as your first teammate in Formula One? How's that relationship coming along?
I've always looked up to Casper as someone to aspire to. Growing up as a kid, his pictures all over my bedroom walls, you know? The dream was always to be Casper. But, as it turns out, I'll be racing alongside Casper, which is good enough for me. I get to learn from the best. Besides, every legend has to start somewhere, right?
Aiden, just wondering if we can get your reaction to the obvious comparisons that are being made between you and another F1 driver. Much like you, he made the transition from F2 to F1 last season. What do you say to the press here? And to your fans, who are calling you the new Devon Butler?
I thought you were going to ask for rain in a dry race.
New Devon Butler. I'm alright with that. Does that mean we can lose the old one?
You come over well. They like you. I don't know what you were worried about.
Thanks.
You know, everything's going to be fine out there today. I just know it. Just do what you did in F2. Easy.
Thanks, Brian. I won't let you down. Come on, Aiden. You've got this.
Man, the cinematics in this game are something else, but here we are on our motorhome. We have a TV with some news. It's time for F1 2020, so it's kind of weird to play with the 2020 cars, and we are playing the 2021 game. You can see our helmet on the right, looks pretty nice, so definitely the helmets that Codemasters did this year, at least for the fictional characters, are really good. Not the case like it was with Lucas Vape, but now it seems that we have a call from Brian. This is very interesting.
Hello?
Aiden, are you in your room?
Oh, hey Brian. Yeah, I'm in my room.
Good. Well, have a look around. I hope you like it. Should be everything you need in there. News feeds, social media. You're hooked up to the lot. Just do me a favour, eh?
Go on.
Make sure you check your emails. I think there's a message in there for you.
Oh, right. Thanks, Brian.
Take a breather, do what you need to do, and I'll see you before the race.
Nice one.
Thanks, Brian. So Brian giving us kind of a little tutorial, but let's be honest, I'm already an F2 champion. I know how emails work. I don't know, maybe I was related with this team before, but our phone is ringing, vibrating once again, and it seems that here is our mom, so I'm very interested to see what she's going to say.
Hello?
Hello, love. How's it going?
All right, Ma. Yeah, it's going all right. Just getting ready.
I saw your interview.
And?
You need a haircut.
This is so relatable.
Well, thanks, I guess.
But aside from that, you were great. I'm so proud of you, Aiden.
I know, Ma. Thanks.
I wish I could be out there with you. This is everything you've worked towards.
Yeah, I know, but you'll be at the next one.
Just do what you do, and everything will be great.
Thanks, Ma.
And remember, mirror, signal, maneuver. And always stick to the speed limit.
Great advice. I'm all over it.
I know you are, love. I'll speak to you later. Good luck.
Bye.
So that's basically a mom being a mom, especially about the part of hair. It's kind of relatable to me because my mom is always saying that I should cut my hair. But anyway, that doesn't interest. That was pretty nice to see. That's basically the stereotype of a mom being mom, you know. But anyway, we're going to move on, and it seems that we have our social media at the moment with 30k followers. Definitely much more of what I have. Make sure to follow me on social media. Links are in the description, by the way. And you can see that we have all the big guys from the F1 community. The guys like Arv, Ben Daly, and Jimmy Broadbent in the area of the content creators. So that is really nice to see. Who knows, maybe one day I'm going to be there. I'm kidding. I'm very, very far away from that. And now we have our emails, our computer. You can see some beautiful RGBs on the keyboard. So that is a very nice detail. We have 3 emails from Otmar, Jeff, and for our new teammate, Casper Akkerman, saying, Aiden, I know that you left the paperwork in the garage, so I ended it to your PA. You can thank me later. And hey, good luck out there today. Is your first race. Let's see what we can do together. So it seems that Casper is with very high expectations. Hopefully we can work out very well in the first race at the Australian Grand Prix. And with that said, let's go into the first chapter 1 mid-race. With the world watching the expectations high at Racing Point, F1 rookie Aiden Jackson appears to be holding his own of his maiden race in Melbourne. With the possibility of points finish, he keeps focus on the race in front of him.
A solid start, Aiden. Let's try and push it further.
Copy that. Where's Casper?
He's up ahead. Let's try and bring you two closer together. The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
So here we are in the middle of the Australian Grand Prix. We find ourselves on lap 6 out of 15, so this is a 25% race, and we are at the moment in P14, and the objective is we need to catch Casper before lap 11, as Valtteri Bottas sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. It feels a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie, to drive this beautiful pink car, the Racing Point. The pink Mercedes feels a little bit old to say this, considering that now we are in the 2021 season, but anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm trying to get used. This is the first time trying a Formula 1 car in this game, so I'm kind of slow at the moment. No setups whatsoever. You can see in the MFD that everything is on default, but at the moment we are already catching up onto Daniel Ricciardo and the Williams of George Russell, which at the moment finds himself in P12. So Williams doing bits, George Russell I should say, doing bits at the moment in that Williams, so that is very accurate, and I think Codemasters did that on purpose. But slipstream on Daniel Ricciardo is gaining on George Russell as well, and we're gaining, and are we going to try to go around the outside? This is a beautiful dive bomb around the outside on one of the brake latest in Formula 1, Daniel Ricciardo, and we are ahead of the Renault fields. Weird to say this in this game, and now around the outside we go of George Russell. This is going to be 2 positions in the space of 1 sector, and we are up into P12, so that was a very nice move. But like I said, the difficulty is a little bit too low of what I used to play, but like I said, you can't play with the AI levels in this game. But look who it is, look who's ahead of us, Devon Butler in the Alfa Romeo. You can see that we are very close to him, and I think we made a little bit of contact. Whoa, this is starting very well as we receive a warning from FIA because we made tiny bit of contact with Devon Butler. This is definitely starting very well in this breaking point career mode, considering the experience that I have, and you guys already from Devon Butler. Definitely this is not the best approach, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, it seems that now we are catching Casper.
What a brilliant Australian Grand Prix this has been, but there's still plenty of time for more drama.
There certainly is, Crofty, and these two have been fighting each other incredibly hard so far. They don't want to go tripping over each other though, because Devon Butler is coming up from behind. He's on the attack too.
Whoa, loosey-goosey, Casper.
Aiden, Casper's not your priority.
Butler is catching.
It's okay. I've got this.
Here comes Butler.
Free wide will never work.
Going into turn 11. Oh, this can't work, and it doesn't. Ackerman's off onto the verge of what looks like damage as well.
Is he okay? Is Casper okay?
He'll be fine. He's heading for the pits now. You just concentrate on the race.
And there we have it. So I'm sure there's going to be fireworks in the Racing Point garage this evening.
There will be, Crofty, for sure. Look, it was a late move from Devon Butler, but you never want to see 2 teammates make contact, and Akkerman will surely be seething at that one.
Absolutely, and I tell you who else isn't going to be happy too. Aiden Jackson, not how his F1 race debut should have gone.
damage appears to be minor. How's it feeling, Aiden?
Yeah, car's okay.
Understood. See how well you can do out there.
Copy.
Devon Butler is back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this can't get any more dramatic. Colliding with our teammate in our first race. This is unbelievable, but anyway, we're not going to give up. We are with the points finish on our side, and we are looking really good to score points in our debut as Aiden Jackson, as Devon Butler. Now we have DRS against the Alfa Romeo, overtake mode engaged, no fuel mixtures because thanks to the 2021 rules, switch very aggressively onto the inside. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of room, but in the exit I'm going to give him a little bit of a squeeze to give a taste of his own medicine, and we are up into P10 where we're going to score for the time being. As a swing stand, we're going to score our first points in Formula 1 as Lewis Hamilton wins the Australian Grand Prix in 2020. This is a parallel world which we would love to live, where there is no pandemic, but it's going to be in his debut points for Aiden Jackson.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. What a start to the season this has been. A fascinating race here in Australia, Ant.
The top teams as ever continue to push the boundaries of the sport, and it'll be interesting to see how the new Racing Point driver Aiden Jackson settles in, especially after that early incident involving his teammate.
Well, we've certainly seen rivalries born from less. Suffice to say, if you came into the 2020 season hoping for a bit of drama, it looks like you won't be disappointed. Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Enjoy this while you can, Mercedes, Hamilton and Bottas. Trust me, I am a time traveler. But there you go. This is a typical podium of 2020 with the two Mercedes and then Max Verstappen splitting them. This is your podium for the Australian Grand Prix. But now it's time to close the chapter 1. This is the post-race one where it says a no-code incident involving Devon Butler and his own teammate Casper Akkerman marred Jackson's maiden pudding in Formula 1.
Casper, listen, I don't know what happened out there. It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then? Who was the idiot behind the wheel of your car?
Wow, that is so aggressive.
Pathetic. You won't even admit when you made a mistake.
How
did they ever sign you?
Here it is, the man of the moment.
Butler. Devon, I didn't see you there.
What, like, out on the track today? You nearly took me out, mate.
Screw you.
I don't know what happened. You cut in, I swerved. Next thing I knew, Casper was out.
Whoa. Mate, I was nothing to do with it. Whatever that was all on you. Don't be trying to pass the blame, because you haven't settled in yet.
Devon, shut up. Don't take advantage of a rookie, please.
Sorry, Aiden. Just bear with us one sec.
No problem.
Really just a case of rookie driver, rookie mistake. These cars are a bit different, but Aiden's used to it too.
You seem to find your feet quite quickly after you graduated from Formula 2. What advice would you give to Jackson in his first season?
Well, stay out of my way.
Oh, you're going to get so beaten in the next race.
And, taking out your own teammate isn't something I would make a habit of.
Almost ready, Aiden. We're just checking audio levels.
Sure.
Seriously, Casper must be wondering what on earth Racing Point were thinking.
That's great. Thanks, Devon.
Oh man, that pistol sign was definitely the worst thing.
Okay, Aiden. Let's talk about that incident with your teammate.
Oh boy, I can't watch this. Devon Butler. Oh man, that guy. Oh my F1 god. That guy is unbelievable. I don't know what to say, but here we are, and you can see on the TV the two Racing Points making contact, so that is kind of a nice touch. At the moment I'm loving this breaking point career mode, and now we have a call from Brian. I'm interested to see what he has to say.
Brian?
Talk to me. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, what happened out there today? I had it all under control and then...
Look, let's not go through all that now. We'll talk about it at the debrief.
Right. Yeah.
I was actually talking about your little running with Casper and Butler over in the paddock.
Oh, wow. News travels fast.
The paddock talks, Aiden. Besides, I've got ears like a hawk. Listen, Butler's a clown. The man's ego is bigger than a... No, I've got nothing. Don't give it a second thought.
Thanks, Brian.
But Casper? Yes, he can get a little hot-headed, especially after a race. But you have got to work with him. That manoeuvre today.
Wasn't my fault, Brian.
It probably cost us points. I'll level with you. A lot of people on the team are disappointed, Aiden. And I'll be saying as much to Casper. Now, learn from it and move on. But you can't let it happen again. I'll see you at the debrief.
Well, Brian is 100% right, Butler is a total clown, but anyway, let's forget that, let's focus on Chapter 2, is the second one out of 3 in this episode, and he's giving us the benefit of the doubt, Brian, so it's good to see that he's being, at the moment, quite lenient for us, and it should be, because we are a rookie, despite the crash not being our fault, but anyway, and you can see that Jackson is a little bit timid with Devon Butler, because, and with everyone, I want to say, because he's a rookie, he's learning everything, and Butler is taking advantage of that, which yeah, is really bad. So the emails didn't have nothing special as we move on to the second chapter of this episode at the Chinese Grand Prix. A world of motorsport moves fast, with focus quickly shifting up to the Chinese Grand Prix. Aiden Jackson and Racing Point are eager to find form heading into the fourth race of the 2020 season.
It's the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai, and this track fast becoming a rookie's favourite. Alex Albon, remember him from last year? A brilliant race in his debut season, and it looks like Aiden Jackson's continuing the trend.
He really is, Croft. He's showing great promise so far this season.
Well, here's Akkerman now, going up behind his young teammates.
Well, the rumour in the paddock, Crofty, is that the tension's building between these two. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go, Ackerman's going for it! Down the inside of the hairpin!
Are you kidding? Odd feelings are strong.
Casper, what the hell?
Looks like Jackson's really struggling to get over that.
Okay, Aiden, keep it focused. Concentrate.
That brush with his teammate clearly affecting the young driver.
It looks like it has, Crofty. I can't see any significant damage to that car, so he's going to have to pull himself back into this race.
Car's looking okay, Aiden. See if you can recover a few places.
What was that all about?
You can recover, Aiden.
That's not okay. That's really not okay.
Well, I can declare officially that we have a civil war at Racing Point as we made contact with Casper Akkerman. He definitely has a lot of our feelings of what happened in Melbourne. So the objective now is to finish in P10, and at the moment to find in this position is our teammates. So this is kind of anticlimactic if we're overtaking, but needs must. We need to accomplish this objective, and ahead of us we have the McLaren of Lando Norris at the moment finding himself way down the order of who he used to be in the 2020 season. So let's see if we can dispatch a McLaren as soon as we can. We have plenty of laps, basically half of a race is ahead of us. Lap 8 as we're going to start the nice lap of this Grand Prix, setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So we are flying in this pink Mercedes as we switch very aggressively onto the right hand side of the track as we go very gingerly trying to roll the car through the snail session, and I think we made the move on the McLaren. Tried to take a look around the outside, but it wasn't enough, and that's us up into lucky position number 13. And now ahead of us we have the Renault of Esteban Ocon. So once again, a little bit weird to see basically Renault and Racing Point in this game. And you can see that we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix once again. So definitely the difficulty is a little bit lower of what it should be, but I think it's intended to be, because we are kind of far away from Casper Akkerman. But don't worry, because we are catching him at the speed of light as we go side by side with Esteban Ocon as I'm deploying the DRS and the ERS. I don't know how you deploy the DRS, so apologies for that. But we're catching some back markers. It is George Russell in dead last place of this race. George, what have you been doing in this race? You need to gain that Mercedes seat, and being in last place is not the best way to convince Toto Wolff that you are up to the job. But anyway, we are very close to the points. Ackerman is 1.2 seconds up the road as we set another fast lap of the Grand Prix. I should be driver of the day for doing this comeback, plus setting fastest laps after fastest laps. And up the inside we go on Carlos Sainz, a copycat move of what we did on Lando Norris in the beginning of this chapter. And now ahead of us we have our teammate, the man that pushed us off to the track, Casper Akkerman. At the moment finds himself on the final points paying position, and it's looking really good if we want to catch him. So you can see that definitely we're going to have DRS. We have 3 laps to go, we have plenty of time, and you can see how much speed we managed to carry through the long right-hander, open the DRS, and now it's going to be a drag race. I turned a little bit the wheel aggressively onto the left to show a little bit my frustration, of course, that I don't want to make contact with him, as we brake very hard into the hairpin, hitting the apex pretty nicely, and Ackerman doesn't have any chance whatsoever. And we are up into 10th place, and now ahead of us we have Devon Butler in 8th place, so looking good in that Alfa Romeo, doing a brilliant race so far. And then Alexander Albon in his usual Red Bull struggles in P9, where Verstappen at the moment is in the final step of the podium as Valtteri Bottas wins the Chinese Grand Prix in 2020. And this is very close margins with Alexander Albon stepping one of the wheels onto the grass, but we go up the inside. We don't even need to go that because this Mercedes engine is very good, and we are up into P9. It's going to be the position that we're going to cross the line in this Chinese Grand Prix with a move on the last lap on the tyre. But here we go, final corner, and it is 3 points in the back for Aiden Jackson.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Well, plenty to digest there, and a little bit ominous seeing the 2 Racing Point teammates make contact again.
Things don't look stable between these 2 drivers, Crofty. They've barely been teammates 5 minutes.
That wheel bump, could that have been avoided, Ant?
Yeah, it looked like Ackerman was making a bit of a statement to me. He's certainly not given Jackson any room.
A sign of things to come? Well, for their sakes, let's hope not. That wraps things up here in China. Until next time. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
And they have it, Bottas winning the race, so putting a little bit of a pressure on Hamilton. That is very... okay, forget it. Anyway, they have it, the podium once again, and we did a brilliant comeback, plus the fastest lap on the Racing Point. But anyway, we're going to put the post-race chapter 2. The tensions are starting to rise massively at Racing Point after that contact. That we have a civil war in our hands.
Casper, what the hell was that? You nearly put me out the entire race. Bumping wheels like that, you could have put us both into the barrier.
This man definitely didn't see the replays from Australia.
Come on, man.
I have to make a phone call.
Casper! Ackerman!
Mom! Cancel the TV subscription. The entertainment is right here.
Okay, I gotta give the credit, that was a good one.
Better to do.
By now? No. And why would I want to miss this? You two are like characters in a badly written sitcom. He wanted your lot to sign Ricardo, you know. Ask anyone.
What do you mean?
The paddock talks, mate. And so did Akkerman. Should have heard him last season. He didn't care who he talked to, and he was always going off on one about you. He tried to stop him from signing you. He didn't want to play babysitter.
Oh, he did he?
Everyone knows. Have you not seen the way that people look at you? We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him. You want my advice? Prove him wrong. Chin up.
To be honest, Devon Butler gives us good advices. You know that Akkerman is not being the nicest to us, he is not respecting me, at least as a driver, but Devon Butler, this advice where he says prove him wrong is right. However, what ruins the whole thing is that he's being the most sarcastic person in the world. But there you have it, that was the final chapter in this episode, and we did very well by scoring 3 points at the Chinese Grand Prix, and it seems that we have a call from our mom once again.
Hey Ma.
Hello, love. I saw the race and thought I'd give you a call.
And why's that?
Just to say well done, like I always do.
Oh, right.
I saw what happened in the race with Casper. Can't believe he wasn't penalized. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
And Casper, what's he said about it?
Nothing. He wouldn't speak to me.
Well, maybe keep trying. It can't hurt to clear the air. Just remember what your grandmother always used to say. The fights that can't be won are the fights you fight the hardest.
I'm not even sure that makes sense.
Just whatever's going on, don't let it get to you. And call me later, okay?
Will do.
So once again, mom being man. Oh, this is great. Codemasters, what a job that you're doing at the moment. From what I've played so far, this is amazing. So, this is a mom being a mom, defending his son. I can't believe he had a penalty. You know, things like that, and she's right. Casper should have been penalized for that. But anyway, as well, Devon Butler at the Australian Grand Prix. But guys, that has been the first episode of the Breaking Point career mode. If you watch till here, thank you so much for watching. I know that I'm a bit late in this, but you gotta understand that I'm a small YouTuber and I don't have early access to the game. So I hope you guys understand that. But make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to have new to see plenty more Formula 1 2021 content is coming a lot to the channel now, not daily, but definitely I'm trying to post 3 to 4 videos a week. I'm not going to promise anything, but definitely I'm going to try to keep as consistent as I can. Make sure to join the family, you're going to have an absolutely banger of a time. But that has been me for today. My name is Tom, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time. I can't wait to see what episode 2 is in store for us.